9, nearly 40 minutes gone. Tottenham 1, Rochdale 1. We've had loads of controversy in this first half that myself and Michael Brown will talk about at half-time. But essentially, we had a penalty given that shouldn't have been a penalty, and then the resulting penalty was ruled as a foul penalty because there were players in the box. So Son took the penalty, and then that penalty was ruled out, and then Rochdale have managed to bag themselves an equaliser, which was checked by VAR, but wasn't ruled out.
Well, we've got enough to remember. We need to start writing everything down. I think, you know, it's just the delay's been amazing. You know, the uncertainty. I mean, the other thing you mentioned, was it because of the pause of Son? Taking the penalty, it possibly was. But, you know, lots of talking points. But again, Rochdale are in this game at 1-1 and well played.
So let's just try and recap this for you. In midfield, I'll keep an eye on the game for you, but Spurs had the ball in the back of the net. It was then turned down by VAR because of an infringement on the way as Trippier gets down the right-hand side, looks to get a ball into the penalty area, does so. Lamela with the header, saved by Josh Lillis. So that could have been 1-0, but wasn't. It was turned down. Then Spurs scored through Son. That was checked by VAR, but it was eventually given. Then there was a foul on the edge of the penalty area that was outside the box, but then given as a penalty on VAR, which was then taken by Son and turned down, given as a foul penalty, and the goal didn't count, despite the fact that Son had scored it because of VAR. There were players in the penalty area, and then racing down the other end of the field, Rochdale have managed to score themselves a goal, which was checked with VAR, but eventually was given as a goal.
Well, it's just amazing, you know, all those talking points. I mean, one, we're still unsure why the penalty wasn't given. One, why it was even given in the first place.
Yeah.
There's two shirt pulls for me, two players in the leading goal for Tottenham, both pulling shirts from each team. So I'm not sure why that wasn't given. I mean, it's just, I've not seen anything like it, and, you know, to be here live witnessing this VAR has been very, very strange. These Spurs fans are actually moaning, you know, left, right and centre every time it goes to it. They're almost saying, let's just play on.
It's just very, very strange. And nobody seems to understand the rules of VAR either. So nobody understands when they can or can't be called for it.
Or what colour the line needs to be.
Yeah, and that's it. And we've got squiggly lines going over the pitch from the Manchester United game the other day in what Fred Air terms kneecap gate, as the ball is intercepted by Spurs in midfield. Ball coming forward again through Lamela. Lamela just tries to poke it through. It's going to be cleared by Rochdale, but not convincingly. It's up high into the snow that's falling here at Wembley. And then shoved off the ball is Rochdale, and that's going to be a free kick Rochdale's way. And I think the referee has got that one correct. In fact, I think the referee has conducted himself absolutely fabulously, Paul Tierney. It's not his fault that he's had to deal with the video assistant refereeing going on as well.
Well, like we've just discussed, it's certainly going to be an experience for him. I'm sure all the referees, I met them at Wembley on Sunday, they were all here, Mr. Allison, and I'm sure he'll be watching this again tonight. He's very approachable, he always wants to listen and have your opinion and, you know, and discuss it with you, and I'd love to have this discussion with him today and learn a little bit more myself about it.
It would be fabulous if we could just get some kind of answer from the elite group of referees about this game. I have a funny feeling that we won't hear a thing about it.
Liam, he's very good, you know, quiet. When you approach him. He's very, I found myself in the time in management, a lot of things went against me, but he fronted it up. He came straight on and gave his opinion, apologised when he was wrong. Obviously told us different things, and full credit to him.
And you know what, fair enough. If he's like that with players and managers, that's great. But it's not just the players and managers
the supporters
that VAR is affected, it's the supporters as well. And we don't get press conferences with referees on the day-to-day in the Premier League or in this country. We get to a major tournament, we do. You know, we'll see UEFA referees coming out and having their say. As a foul on Rochdale player Stephen Humphreys midway inside the Spurs half. So it's going to be a free kick to Rochdale.
You've seen some media go in and speak to the referees and do certain things with them, and I'm sure, I think they're still new to this, that they're not fully understanding it at this moment in time.
Interesting. If you've got any point that you would like to make, it's at BBC RM Sport. At BBC RM Sport. As the free kick, Rochdale have committed every man bar one forward here.
This is where slight danger. Free kick from the right.
In it comes.
Oh, it's into the box, chance.
Yeah, Jim McNulty on the edge of the penalty area tries to squeeze it through.
This is the danger, the break again, what we're talking about. Right in the last minute, do they need to commit everybody forward?
Oh,
well done, Matty Doan. He seems to find energy.
Yeah, Stephen Humphreys is offside, and he has been flagged as offside, so that's going to be a free kick. I tell you what, There is some snow falling here at the National Stadium, and there is a distinctly white tinge to the pitch, Michael Brown.
There is. I mean, I think if it stays at this, I think the ground staff will be on at half-time, quick clear, just to be sure. You know, I can't see there being any danger in this sort of flow.
Oh, again, Spurs trying to play through that Rochdale press, and it's fallen to a Rochdale player edge of the penalty area, slid into the box, opportunity, oh, he's in the post! Oh my goodness me, Andy Cannon has the opportunity to slide Rochdale into the lead, and somehow it's been hit the post and smuggled away by Rochdale. My goodness me, what an opportunity. Rochdale have won it back though as they head towards the penalty area. Brought down, it's going to be a free kick. No, it isn't. Referee turns this one down and it's upfield again. This time a sliding tackle from Jim McNulty comes in. There is 5 minutes of time added on at the end of the first half. 5 minutes of time added on, and we are into that 5 minutes now with Spurs in possession inside their own half. Winks measures a ball to Son through the middle. Son being marked by Callum Camps is forced out to the right-hand side, midway inside the Rochdale half, finds Lucas Moura. Moura out to the right-hand side of Trippier. Trippier finds Son, who's moved out to the right-hand side of the penalty area. Callum Camps still marking him. And eventually a slide tackle from Callum Camps sends the ball out to Sissoko and relieves the pressure briefly before Lamela starts the attack once again. Edge of the box, clips off a player on the way through, and it's going to go behind for a Spurs corner.
Well, it was magnificent. You know, Rochdale's pressing. We talk about the goalkeeper, they're taking risks across. Ball was under pressure, the ball ricochets. It manages to fall in the mid, just outside the penalty area to Humphreys. A nice weighted pass to Cannon. And you think every chance he's going to score. It's a wonderful strike across the goalkeeper. And I think Vaughan might just touch it onto the post. No, he didn't. Straight onto the post. Very unlucky. And then Tottenham goal build on. It's a corner to Tottenham.
In comes the corner, outswinger again, ball down inside the penalty area. I tell you what, there might be something else for the video assistant referee to look at here, because there was a tangle inside the box. It hasn't gone out of play, so Spurs in possession inside their own half, and now the ball out to the left-hand side, comes through Winks. Winks infield, tries to win the ball back, but it's Callum Camps that gets it, and now Joe Rafferty sends the ball back to Josh Lillis. Lillis launches the ball downfield, and Humphreys just brings it down on his chest to Rafferty. Rafferty under pressure from Son and Rose, but one back by Rochdale as they scamper past the first man. Humphreys tries to play it into the path of Henderson. Henderson just can't quite arc his run in the way that he needed to. Andy Cannon doing the damage in midfield, sends the ball back to Josh Lillis.
Well, much better from the centre-halves. You know, we look at McGay there, McNulty, they're going tight, they're nicking possession. Rather than letting the likes of Lamela and Son turn round, that's what we discussed.
Oh, ball down the left-hand side, and here's another opportunity. Matty Doan into the penalty area, tries to get the cross in behind for a corner, and that's a good work again from Rochdale. This time down the left-hand side, it was just a crossfield ball onto a scampering run from Matty Doan, and as he tried to drive the ball into the penalty area, it's deflected behind for a corner.
Great timing from Matty Doan. He's doing his defensive work. He's ended up being a left full-back, like left wing-back into a back five. But when he gets his chance to bomb forward, he's certainly doing that. He drove down the line, managed to try to get a cross in, well defended from Trippier, and it's a corner to Rochdale.
Absolutely. Rochdale have an opportunity then with, I reckon, 2 minutes to go in the first half. We've got 5 minutes of time added on as Rochdale swing a corner into the penalty area, headed down by Son towards the edge of the box. This is going to be won back by Rochdale. Ricochets off a Rochdale player into a Spurs player, then back off the Rochdale player, and Callum Camps can't keep the ball in play, so it's going to be a Spurs throw-in down near the corner flag as the snow